guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be working on a couple of different things. We're starting off in here so I can give you an update on the geranium seedlings that we planted November the 14th. So they today are exactly 7 weeks old. And then I've got a small seed unboxing to do. This is my seed order for 2024. Can you believe that? It's so little. And when we're done with that, we are going to head out into the garden and plant some bulbs. Tulips and Iris reticulata that I have left over from the fall. I have been chilling them in the root cellar, so technically I could take them out. I think they've been chilled long enough. I could pot them in the greenhouse and force them to grow on early, but I don't think I want to have to mess with planting them out again after they're done blooming in pots. I just want to get them in the ground if we can. It will be a little bit of an experiment, but we've had a couple of really nice days in the high 40s with sun, and things aren't as frozen as they have been in years past. I mean, most years at this time we were covered in snow. You can see I still have my Christmas tree up in here. That's the one benefit of not putting a bunch of red or really Christmassy looking things on this tree. I mean, it's a lot of glass and nature stuff, so I can leave it up through a good portion of January. I've just been so enjoying it this year. Anyway, let's start off with the geranium update. So these are a variety called Maverick White, planted from seed on November the 14th, and we started them in the studio. Aren't these amazing? And 10 out of the 11 seeds germinated and came up. The packet was only supposed to have 10 seeds in it anyway, so I consider that a great success. After they came up, about 3.5 weeks later, we came in and potted them up into various sizes of terracotta. This is just a gray clay pot right here. And this is where they've been. I just put them in this galvanized tray just so it could act as a saucer. And you know, a lot of the days they've been in here, it's been overcast, but bright. You know, I mean, even though the sun is not really, it's trying to burn through the clouds so bad. It peeked through for about 30 minutes there. I was getting so excited, but it's looking fairly gray all the way. So I think we're gonna be overcast the rest of the day. But I think even those few afternoons of sun that we've had, I've seen a lot of growth. They look very happy, very happy. I mixed in some Flower-tone fertilizer in with the soil. So I haven't been fertilizing these with any kind of liquid fertilizer at all. Because they have stuff in the soil to feed from. And that was kind of an experiment as well. I'm just very happy with how these look. The whole thing was kind of meant to be an experiment anyway, just to see, you know, what they would do in here over the winter. And I'm hoping for some early spring blooms so we can use some white geraniums and some spring arrangements. I think that would be really pretty. Let's get into our box of seeds. These are from Johnny's. I get a lot of my seeds from my parents' garden center. They do a lot in bulk seeds, and they're all varieties that are kind of tried and true that do really well in our area. And they do have those online as well on their website. We can link that down below. But for some of those specialty varieties and some of my cut flowers, Johnny's has been a really good resource. Some of these I have grown before, but some of them are brand new varieties to me. So maybe we can pop a picture up on the screen so you guys can see what I'm hoping to get from these varieties. So let's just start with this one and we will work our way through the box. I don't have these organized obviously in any sort of fashion, so it might be kind of all over the place. But first I did order some fresh Lisianthus seed. The same day I started the geranium seeds, I also started some Lisianthus. They come pelleted because the seeds are so tiny, and pelleted seed do not last very long on the shelf. So one of my trays did not come up because they were like 2-year-old seeds, and 2 of the other trays did come up. So I wanted fresh anyway so that we could plant them at my normal schedule, which is sometime in January. All that said, we've got Voyage to Champagne. We've got the Roseanne Brown. I love that variety, so pretty. The Voyage to First Love, Roseanne Black Pearl, the Voyage to White Improved. I think that was it on Lisianthus, so 5 different varieties. Let's see. I got some, oh, the sun, you guys. Oh, it's coming through. I didn't take my coat off because I didn't think I was going to be in here for very long. Now I'm starting to get a little warm. We've got the apricota cosmos, which I have grown. I grew them last year and I think a couple years before that. And they are the most kind of iridescent. A picture just doesn't do them justice. They're kind of like a iridescent pink apricot with a little bit of lemon color. It's so pretty. Feverfew, wonderful filler flower. There's the Tetra White. I think there was another Feverfew. Yep, right here. The Sunny Ball. Maybe that was it on the Feverfew front. Oh no, Magic Lime Green, Magic Single. Okay, those are the feverfew varieties. So 4 of those. And then ageratum, I ordered the tall blue planet. I had the best luck starting ageratum from seed last year, and we put them in some containers on the end of the west side with some super bells, and they were so beautiful, all season color. We've got pincushion flower, or scabiosa, or scabotia, Fama white, and Fama dark blue, or deep blue. Hold on, Fama deep blue. These are a perennial type pincushion flower, and they have the biggest flowers on them. They're so beautiful and long stems, and they're strong enough to where I'm not worried about like carrying them around in a bundle. Like they don't snap very easily, but they're very flexible, so they add this very whimsical touch to an arrangement. And I've got some of these already in the cut garden, but they're in our annual section, and I want to start a big bunch to move to our perennial section that we're starting. In the sun, I did get some Morgana pincushion flowers. That is it for pincushion flowers. Straw flowers, I got a bunch of varieties of those because I used up all my seed last year. Vintage white, king size red, purple red, apricot peach, so pretty, and golden yellow. I did get a couple of different varieties of lettuce that I want to start in the greenhouse. So some more of the Casey. Oh my goodness, that sun is just now like, woo! Okay, we're almost done. Casey butterhead lettuce, we started this in the greenhouse last year. It did phenomenally well, and it was beautiful. And my mom actually, I gave her a bunch of them and she potted them up. Actually, no, I potted them up. I can't even remember now, but I potted up a bunch of them in little gray concrete containers, and she used them in her Easter centerpiece. And they were so pretty mixed in with bunnies. And I mean, it's good to eat too, but it's really pretty decoration for spring. And then we've got the Salanova green butter lettuce. And then I got a variety of Status called Forever Happy. Status grows so well for us, and it grows well into the late fall, early winter with still color on it, because you know Status is one of the best flowers for drying. It maintains its color. So even when everything else out there looks kind of dead, and even the plant itself on the Status doesn't look awesome, the blooms still have a lot of color. And then 2 varieties of sunflower. We have Gold Rush, and we have Vincent's Choice. And that's our seed order for this year, which is really small. It's kind of nice though. My whole thought process this year was go through all the seeds you have. I did give away a lot of them too. I went through everything with a really critical kind of mind and thought, am I gonna actually get through all of those seeds? Probably not. So I ended up with a huge basket of seeds that I gave away. And then my whole thought this year with the addition of the new land is to sort of simplify what I am currently growing, and instead of growing thousands of onions, maybe I just grow a few hundred onions and try to stick to growing in our cut flower garden. And that's one of the reasons I did not plant wheat in there, because it takes up a huge section where I could be planting other things that go a little bit further for us in the kitchen and store really nicely and all of that business until we get everything figured out with the new property. I think we're just going to be planting vine crops over in that area that we planted up last year in the dirt lands. That way they can kind of sprawl and go wherever, but everything else I'm going to try to keep it in the cut flower garden. I say that now. We'll see when I get really excited this spring what happens, but that's where my brain is at the moment. I don't want to overextend and make things too complicated. So anyway, I'm very happy with that seed order and these new varieties. We're going to head outside now, and I'm going to show you the bulbs. I already gathered everything. It's in the gator. Let's go do it while we still have some sun. Okay, this is what we're looking at. We did lose the sun. Look at the sky. Oh, it's starting to feel kind of cold. I need to start moving. We've got 3 varieties of tulips. We've got this one here. This is one of the varieties we put in the Hartley pots last year. This one grows 14 to 16 inches tall, and I had this around the edges of the pots. And in the center of the pots, I had the Blushing Ladies, which grow 26 to 30 inches. And they were very similar in color, very soft. It was such a gorgeous display. So I want to put these somewhere together. I'm kind of thinking of grouping them around in this area since we don't have a lot going on for spring in this section at the moment. I have a few of the Finola, right? Yeah, pink and white tulip. These were left over from the cut flower garden planting. And then I've got several Iris reticulata, 2 different varieties. There's the dark blue. This one is so vibrant and it's early and gorgeous. And then Eye of the Tiger, which is another gorgeous one. How tall do these get? Not super tall. Oh no, 20 to 24 inches. 4 to 6 inches. So very different in growth habit here. I got these down at the garden center this last fall. I'm using my Laura Edition auger here. It's the 2-inch size, and gloves are going to be necessary today because it's chilly, and I've got Flower-tone I'm going to toss in all the holes. I would use Bulb-tone if I could find the bag, but I can't. So Flower-tone will work. Okay, so the tulip bulbs are going to go 6 inches deep. The Iris reticulata are going to go about 3 inches deep. We're just going to find some spots. I'll probably stop after each spot and kind of explain what went where, and we're just going to hopefully get this done quick if we can dig holes still. Let's try really fast. Okay, random spot. Yep, we can do it. Okay, I've got 621 holes dug. The fertilizer has been spread, as have the tulip bulbs. So now I just need to go through and make sure they're all pointed upright. So tulip bulbs, pointy side up, blunt side down. There's Russell. We pop them down in the hole 6 inches and cover them over. But I just wanted to walk you through first. So I went along the back side of these U's with the shorter variety, and I also popped some into the back too, because I don't want it to be all short varieties and then all tall varieties. I wanted it to be a little bit more dimensional than that. So we've got just groupings of random numbers. I mean, it can be anywhere from 3 to 13, I think was my biggest grouping. Like right in here, there's a grouping of the blushing ladies surrounded by shorter. Anyway, I just kind of went back and forth with all the varieties, and I did pop some over on this side as well. You can see that there is not very much going on this side, and I just didn't want it to be even more lopsided. I'm probably going to come in with more U's and put them on the other side, so I went ahead and made sure that all of my tulips were back far enough to where I could do that. I just need to get my hands on some of those first. I need one more to finish this side as well, I think. Or wait, I was going to put pots out here. I can't remember. Okay, so this part is going to take me a little while. I've got my nailing pad. We're just going to get after it and get it done. It's feeling chilly out here though. Let me see. I saw that there's snow on the forecast for tomorrow. Yeah, right now it's 35. Supposed to get snow starting this evening. Excellent. Okay, let's get this done. Hey, be nice. Ta-da! All I have to really show for all that work is the roughed up mulch and hopefully a beautiful show in the spring. I wasn't able to get all of them exactly 6 inches down because this spot right here used to be our old driveway, and the soil is so hard to get through, especially in this area. I'm like kicking up gravel and it's really compacted, and it gets softer as you move this way and as you move this way. So some of it was a little bit difficult, but I think we'll come in with an extra layer of mulch because we need to cover some drip lines anyway, and that'll provide the extra depth that we need. As I was surveying the rest of what we need to do today, I'll go get the Finola tulips planted. There's only 28 of those, and then we're gonna plant these out because they do get the 2 feet tall, and this is 6 bulbs per square foot. So we'll get those out in the landscape, but these, I only have 6 bags of them and they're tiny and they stay so short. I think they'd be so pretty in some low bowls. So we might take these into the greenhouse and finish up in there and plant just those in containers because these are easy to plant out once they're done blooming. We're gonna put these somewhere out there. Looks like it's gonna get darker. The sun popped out there for a minute. It was glorious and warm. All the Finola tulips ended up right here in 3 different groups. So there's a group kind of around the back side of this rose, a little grouping in here, and a grouping behind the daylilies. And all of the Eye of the Tiger, Iris reticulata, ended up right in here. It's just gonna be this big, beautiful drift. I'm so excited. I haven't really developed this area or worked on it all that much. I did add the Dobbs Frosted Juniper and the Baby Blue Spruce last year, and these roses, which are a cream colored rose, but there's no perennials or anything like that yet. So I think having that grassy texture right there and late spring blooms will be beautiful. Okay, all we have to do is plant up the rest of the iris and we'll go to the greenhouse for that. I've got to find a pot too. Here they are all lined up in their container. They're supposed to be 3 inches deep, so I just left the level down. I'll cover over the top of them, get them watered in, and they should start to grow here fairly quickly. And you guys, that is going to be it for today's projects. I was just so excited to get out here and get those bulbs in the ground. While I don't love planting bulbs, it is so worth it in the end. And I knew that those bags were just sitting there in the root cellar. So I thought if I have an opportunity, I'm going to run out and get it done before we get some snow, which I'm kind of hoping we do tonight. In fact, I think the 10-day, it doesn't look awfully cold, but it does look like we're gonna get some moisture, which is great. And getting new seeds is always fun. I love to add to my collection and start thinking about seed starting, which will be in the next probably few weeks. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one.